Greg here, Premier Fitness Systems. I've got 3 great advanced rotational exercises for you golfers out there. So first exercise we've got here is we've got a 180-degree barbell rotational exercise. This exercise is great for working internal, external obliques, really good for rotational power, really tying the core and the legs together, as well as that internal, external rotation on the hip. So what I want on this exercise, I'm going to start good posture, shoulders back, chin up, so my chin's parallel with the ground. I want to bring the barbell about even with my belly button on here. Soft knees, so I kind of root my body into the ground on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot 180 degrees. So I'm going to drive out through my toe. Each time I'm using my obliques to accelerate and decelerate on the different sides of the body. You want to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall so you've got good posture, focusing on keeping that barbell nice and parallel with the ground. But I recommend on this exercise, maybe doing a weight that you can handle 10 reps on each side. Second exercise I've got here is a great exercise for rotational strength as well as really developing that core. So what we're going to do on this exercise, it's a side plank with a rotation. So what we want to do is we want to line up squared up. So my feet should be shoulder distance. My shoulders should be sitting over my elbow, and I don't want to be pushing back into my heels. So my weight should be over into my shoulders. Keep my core tight. I want to reach through as much as I can, so I'm loading my scap on this side. I'm really having to get a good stretch in there. I'm going to rotate through, keeping that arm tight. I want to make sure my hip isn't dropping as I rotate. When I open up, my fingertips should be pointing towards the ceiling, and I should be looking across the room. So I'm going to reach through, almost like I'm trying to touch the wall across the room, load the scap, open it up, and get that rotation. Once again, really making sure I keep that hip up, and I'm not dropping it. This is a great exercise, like I said, really working that core. You want to do about 10 to 15 on each side, and if that becomes too easy, you can always add a weight to your hand just to make it a little bit more difficult. This last exercise is great, once again, for rotational power as well as core. Also really tying in that upper and lower body working together, just like transfer of power in a golf swing. So we're going to start. I want you guys to bring that TRX strap right to the bottom of the sternum, kind of both hands, one on top of the other. We're going to come down into a squat row, and I'm going to come up, and I want to drive that weight up. So I want to pop my glutes through my hips. My feet should be both rotating 90 degrees on there. And I want to be really squeezing my glutes through my hips, getting that full extension, keep my chin up looking over those hands. There's another great exercise. Try to see if you can grab 10 on each side. If you start to want to make it harder for yourself, you can walk your feet a little closer so you're using more body weight. But those 3 great exercises to really work on that rotational power, really get those hips working, tying that upper and lower body together so with that transfer of power on that golf course, take it to the next level.